Be seated.
Take seats!
Good morning, candidates! Good morning, sir! Highly motivated. I'm glad to see that. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2023-2 Acclimation Phase Graduation Ceremony. Joining us today, Brigadier General Gent Welsh, Commander, Washington Air National Guard. Director, Amy Steinhilmer. Deputy Director, Dennis Kerwood. Washington Youth Challenge Academy, cadre and staff. Washington Youth Challenge Academy Foundation members and parent boosters. Welcome to all who are present this morning. We are here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the candidates. This is a direct result of your tireless efforts, dedication, and commitment to fulfilling the mission of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. Every day, I am proud to work with this incredible group of people. Let's have a round of applause for the team. This morning's ceremony is a celebration and a rite of passage into the residential phase of the National Guard Youth Challenge program. Some of you might say that these first weeks have been the most difficult thing you've ever done. And whatever your individual reasons and motivation for being here, you have met the challenges thus far, and you have earned the honor and privilege to be here. And while this ceremony is the end of the acclimation phase, it is just the beginning of the residential phase and the rest of your lives. You should be very proud of yourselves. Use this emotion and energy to guide you through the challenges that lie ahead. The residential phase will bring about those challenges. You have proven to us that you have the right level of commitment and dedication to begin the next phase of the journey. And like swords, you have been forged in the fire. You have taken shape. And now begins the long, sharpening process and learning how to become masters of your own successful futures. So at this time, I'd like to introduce the director of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, Amy Steinhilber.
This one? Good morning, candidates. Good morning, ma'am. Since you have arrived, we've demanded your full effort when you are willing to do what is necessary one step at a time, no matter how uncomfortable or challenging. You should know that you're not alone. If you examine the lives of anyone who has a list of accomplishments to their name, you'll find the same kind of discomfort, the same kind of obstacles, and the same kind of disappointments and rewards that you can expect to encounter here at the Academy. This morning, it's my honor to introduce someone whose accomplishments illustrate what you can accomplish if you just keep taking that step forward. And he began his military career by enlisting in the United States Air Force in 1988. And he was later commissioned as second lieutenant. He was deployed multiple times with the Washington Air National Guard in support of of Operations Desert Shield, Southern Watch, Joint Forge, and Iraqi Freedom. He served in a variety of positions in air support operations and combat communication units, including command positions at just about every level. He has a master's degree of science from Eastern Washington University and is a graduate of the Air War College at Maxwell Air Force Base with another master's degree in strategic studies. As our commander of the Washington Air National Guard, he is responsible for the mission readiness and operational effectiveness of more than 2,100 military and civilian personnel, including the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. Please welcome Brigadier General Gent Welsh.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
everything that I've had to do in my career, I've had to put my mind to, and I've had to take one foot in front of the other and get it done. There's a lot of times where doubt is going to creep into your mind no matter what you do here, no matter what you do in the future, but you just got to take every hour. If I can get through the hour, I can get through the day. If I get through today, I can get through tomorrow. So just like a lot of folks say, you know, today, for a lot of everybody here, is better than yesterday. You guys are cadets today, you're candidates yesterday. Tomorrow is going to be better than today was, and the next day after that, and the next day after that. So take one step at a time, one day at a time, and you're going to get there, and you're going to be really amazed at how well you look in the mirror in 6 months as to how well you looked in the mirror when you first got here. So I also want you to keep in mind that for everyone here, I can guarantee you this, there is somebody sitting at home that wakes up every day and worries about you. They are worried about you here, they're worried about how well you're doing, and they're really, really concerned about how successful you're going to be in this program. Because for some, this may be, you know, in some cases, you know, the best option, maybe the last chance for some. But I guarantee you, as a parent, not having anybody go through this program, but as a parent, I'm always concerned about where my, you know, son or daughter's at, whether they're in military, you know, training or whatever. So there's going to be somebody concerned about you. What I'll tell you is this. So group dynamics, so you guys are in the forming stage. So part of that is, you know, be careful about getting into trouble when you're here. So it's like Director Spadover and I were talking about, every time somebody is in a fight here, every time somebody runs away, that report actually lands on my desk. And not that it's a tough report to read, but I always think, you know, what caused that? You know, what went on there? But what I'm actually more focused on is, that's disappointing to somebody back home. You know, somebody back home put you here, somebody back home has a lot of hopes and dreams that you're gonna make it out of here in 6 months. So not only you're failing yourself when you don't complete things like that in the program and you take the easy way out, you're still failing somebody back home that really, really cares about you and is really interested in your success here. So I'll be watching you from afar. I'll be up here a couple different times during your cadet cycle. I'll certainly be up here at graduation and really look forward to, you know, at least getting to know a few of you over the time that you're here over the next 6 months. But again, my congratulations for everybody going from candidate to cadet. I can't wait to see what you guys are able to do here in the next few months. So, best wishes.
Thank you, sir! Thank you very much, General Welsh. At this time, I'd like to introduce someone who sat where you sit now. He's a graduate of the 2019-1 class, and I'm very pleased to introduce cadet graduate Darian Doherty.
Good morning, cadets, candidates, correction, right now, right? I already messed up. Good morning, candidates. Good morning, sir. I'd like to say good morning to all of our esteemed staff and our cadre, especially to all you young men and women that stand before me. As said, my name is Darian Doherty. I graduated 19-1 from Wolfpack. First off, I'd like to congratulate you all on making it through the acclimation phase of the Washington Youth Academy. I know that it's not exactly the easiest thing. See, when I first came here, I came to the academy because back at school I was creating a lot of problems, right? I was fighting a lot, hanging with the wrong people, and it got to the point where I was threatened with expulsion. So I decided I'd come to the academy, if only to get my parents off my back, you know? I got here, I was very confused, but didn't know what to expect. I did not read the brochures. But I got here, and all I knew is I refused to quit, at the very least, until I got through acclimation. Because what do I look like if I can't get through 2 weeks of something, right? I got through acclimation, and first thing I realized is if I just got through these 2 weeks that are supposedly tougher than the rest of it, you know, the actual hard part, what's doing it 10 more times, 22-week program. So once we got through acclimation, we were all excited, finally changing from candidates to cadets. But there was still plenty of arguing. There was still plenty of anger, but especially in Wolfpack, it's a bunch of us crammed in a room, so it's what you can expect. But I'm a very competitive person, so I knew that I wanted to be the best at shining my boots, the best at making my bunk, the best at marching. I wasn't very many of those, but it still led to some pretty great competitions between all of us. Throughout my cycle, I got pretty complacent. I was just skating by, didn't excel at much, but it was enough that I felt like I was getting through. And then I get most of the way through my cycle, I get complacent, and I noticed the one thing that I was really good at is math. You can do your math at your own pace. I completed my math class 2.5 months through. Not much else to do. This was in cycle 18-2, where I thought it'd be a great idea, be sneaky. Let me just start doing homework for other people. Which I thought at first, it's cool. I got there because I didn't like doing homework in the first place, and cool, now I'm doing homework for other people. But I put my integrity at risk for something incredibly stupid. And yes, that includes doing it for the other platoons. It doesn't matter what reason brought you here. We are all here for our own unique and individual reasons. So instead of focusing on, what do I think I can get away with? What is it that I can hide? You should focus on getting the most out of the academy while you're here. There is a lot of negative consequence, when it comes to breaking your integrity, when it comes to lying, breaking rules, hiding anything like that, there are plenty of consequences. Once you're a cadet, you can go back on candidate status, and I can tell you personally, that is no fun at all. There are plenty of consequences, and I could sit here telling you how negative everything is going to be and, how bad it can get if you don't follow the rules. You'll learn it pretty easily enough yourself. But with all the negatives comes a lot of positives. See, I got kicked out in 18-2 1 week before graduation. Imagine that. You're here for 2 weeks. I'm sure it's been very tough on all of you. Imagine going through 21 weeks, break your integrity over something that you think is stupid or funny or whatever, to make it all go away. I was immediately offered the option, and after a lot of arguing with myself, I decided that I'd come back. And 19-1 is when I found out that along with all the negatives, if you do it right the first time, there are so many more positives that can come. Cycle 19-1, when I first came, immediately I started off as Guidon. Really fun, love being at the front of the platoon. I love drill and ceremonies, probably my favorite part of the academy. But start off fun, I pass on the Guidon to the next in line, take my turn, follow the leadership, learn how to be a proper follower. And it came my turn to be put in cadet leadership. I get put in, I'm a very strong cadet squad leader. Incredibly fun. Do my job right, become platoon leader. One of the most fun things in the world. I love marching the platoon. I love doing whatever it is to feel helpful. Throughout my cycle, some of the positives that I've seen, personally, I went from not doing my work at all, I didn't like school, didn't like doing homework, to getting my first ever report card with not just all A's, all 100s, not a single missing assignment, not a single wrong answer. It is possible. Anything is possible if you are just willing to put in the work. Here at the Academy, there's so much that you can do. When it comes to positive incentives, I've seen anything done from going on a Seahawks field, holding the flag, to going to Wild Waves, having a pizza party, whatever. But depending on what you want, you can get incentives. If you want physical, mental, or even financial, anything is possible. If what you want to come from the Academy is mental fortitude. First of all, I didn't even know that that was something that I needed until I met Master Sergeant Andrews, who I believe is in 3rd Platoon now. And he definitely taught me a lot about that. And he's specifically one of the cadre that taught me that even though a lot of these cadre are very tough on you, a lot of them, sometimes it might not seem fair, it might seem like they're picking on you, but at the end of the day, I learned so much more from, I learned a lot from every sergeant, every one of our cadre and staff, of course, but the most important lessons I learned from the ones who are strong or toughest on me, because as Commandant Acuna said, I learned from being thrown into the fire, from being pushed through the roughest points. You don't learn if you're just skating by. If what you want is physical incentives, I have my man Afu. He was in the bunk next to me. He was Samoan, a big boy. He lost 100 pounds in 6 months by just putting in the work. 100 pounds in 6 months. That's pretty crazy. Me personally, I lost 35 pounds, got back out, started hitting the gym, and fixed my body, got healthier, learned how to eat right. My favorite incentive was financially, of course. You're going to learn a lot about finance, whether it's through JA Finance, which you'll experience later in the cycle, or I learned a lot about finance from my cadre and staff, who many of them currently do or have owned their own business. I left the academy after I graduated and started my own photography company in 2020. And I still own it today. It's doing pretty successful. No matter what it is that you want to achieve, whatever it is you want to get from the academy, you can get it. But the Washington Youth Academy is what you make of it. Like I said, in my first cycle, I kind of took it as a joke. I thought it'd be funny, skate by, mess around. There were plenty of us that thought it'd be funny to mess around at night. And trust me, it's really not worth it. You can sit and you can have all the fun you want, but what's the point in wasting your time and effort messing around when you could be genuinely learning? I know that some of you may feel like you're here to make your parents happy or because you're forced to be here. That's just the wrong mindset. Because one thing that, I know cadre from the other platoons, but Wolfpack especially, I know that you will learn that mentality is everything. So if you spend your time in thinking about it right, you will get what you need. One of the biggest things I learned from the academy is there were 2 quotes in specific that taught me everything I needed to know, that put me in the right mindset. Oh, I'm popping that mic. That put me in the right mindset to be able to learn and become the man that I am today. I will share 2 of my most memorable quotes with you right now. The first quote that I received was, of course, from my Wolfpack cadre that goes, "If you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you have always got." Simply put, you can't keep doing the same things that you did outside of the academy and expect it to be a positive result. How could you continue to do the same things and be successful? It clearly didn't work. We are here. But being here is the first step. I'm very proud of all of you that are here for completing the first portion of the Washington Youth Academy. The second quote that I learned, I got from Sergeant Ramshaw, who she told me this quote on a sticky note that I kept right in the middle of my journal for the entirety of my time at the academy. She gave it to me when I was at one of my lowest points. I was depressed, upset, I felt like giving up. And she put this sticky note in my locker, and it reads like this: "When something bad happens in life, you have 3 choices. 1, you can let it define you. 2, you can let it destroy you. Or 3, you can let it strengthen you." All that means, it's pretty self-explanatory. When something bad happens, say some of you, I'm sure, drive, probably Spartans because y'all are older. When you're driving and you hit a bump in the road, next time you go down that road, guess what? You'll probably know where that bump is. No matter how many times you hit the bump on the road, you will learn where it is. But if you just keep hitting that same bump over and over again, ignoring it, even though you know it's there, that's how you let it destroy you. You say, "Oh, well, I'm a bad driver because I keep hitting the bump." You're letting it define you. Or it could be as simple as realizing, "Oh, look, there's a bump. Let's go around it." The Washington Youth Academy, you will get out what you put in. So it's as simple as drinking the Kool-Aid, being willing to learn, and let the Academy bring you success. As you all graduate today from candidates to cadets, I have full faith in you, and I have full faith in our wonderful staff and cadre team here at the Academy. It may be cliche, but take plenty of notes, learn as much as possible, enjoy the little things. And ladies, stay away from the men. I've been in the Bay. They all stink. Men, let's be honest. Do we really want to mess with females that are in here? Think about it. Think about it, right? It's as simple as that. If they're in here, they're crazy. You're crazy too. Let's keep it separated, all right? Simple as that. So let's focus on the important things. Let's make sure to learn from my mistakes. Let's do it right the first time. And I've personally spoken to many of your parents. They love you, they miss you, so let's make them proud and make it a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Darian, for those inspiring words. Every one of you has earned the privilege of joining the WYCA family. We willingly accept the awesome responsibility and privilege of helping you achieve your goals to become responsible, productive citizens who are determined and self-reliant. You have earned the opportunity to join the 3,541 cadet graduates who sat where you are now. And like you, they had challenges to overcome. Like you, they learned by failing and succeeding. Like you, they learned to trust in their cadre and the staff, their leadership, and themselves. They changed their lives for the better. The entire WYCA staff can attest to the fact that every graduate credits his or her success to what they learned at the Academy. They are living examples of what is possible when you decide to make a positive change in your lives. They are no longer at risk. They are at work in their communities, in college, in the military, leading by example. Their success is our reward. And while we are celebrating your completion of the acclimation phase today, we look forward with eager anticipation to the day when you walk across the stage as graduates of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. Focus your mind on that moment. Commit your heart and soul to completing the program with honor and distinction. Believe it in your mind and it will become a reality. Now that we have transitioned into the residential phase of the program, the platoon leaders have each selected 4 candidates for appointment to cadet squad leader. These chosen candidates have demonstrated commitment to the 8 core components, highlighting the component of leadership followership. They have displayed the ability to follow directives, the ability to lead others, motivation, self-discipline, and excelled in basic military customs and courtesies. The following candidates are selected for appointment to cadet squad leader. From 1st Platoon, candidate Silva. Here, sir, moving, sir. Candidate Imelco. Here, sir, moving, sir. Candidate Lopez. Here, sir, moving, sir. Candidate Barrientos. Here, sir, moving, sir. From 2nd Platoon, candidate Martinez A. Here, sir, moving, sir. Candidate Ramirez. Here, sir, moving, sir. Candidate Hernandez N. Here, sir, moving, sir. And candidate Mafi. Here, sir, moving, sir. From 3rd Platoon, candidate Leon. Candidate Diaz. Candidate Espinosa. Candidate Van Hoff. Congratulations, squad leaders. You have a challenging task ahead. You must find a way to inspire your squads to meet and hopefully exceed the standards of conduct for Washington Youth Challenge Academy cadets. Your positive example and dedication to your squads are essential for success. Listen to them, hold them accountable, empower them, lead from the front, be humble, learn and apply the 11 principles of leadership. Take care of the cadets under your command, and they will take care of you. Each of these candidates has earned an appointment to the position of cadet squad leader because of their demonstrated ability, attitude, and potential. One candidate from each platoon has distinguished themselves during the acclimation phase with consistency and determination. They have served as an example for others and are worthy of recognition. Attention to orders. Order number 023-2-001, 31 July 2023. The following individuals have distinguished themselves during the acclimation phase with consistency and determination to maintain the standards of conduct. This reflects great credit upon themselves and the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. In recognition of their inspirational efforts and example to others, they are hereby meritoriously promoted to the rank of Cadet Private First Class. From 1st Platoon, Candidate Barrientos. From 2nd Platoon, Candidate Hernandez E. From 3rd Platoon, Candidate Fortuna. Effective date of rank, 30 July 2023, by order of the Commandant. Mr. Hernandez, fall back in. Guidons, post. Squad leaders, left, peace. Squad leaders, post. Step off, squad leaders. On your feet! Fall in! In the United States Armed Services, a Guidon is a military standard that company or platoon-size elements carry to signify their unit designation and ease in forming and maneuvering the platoon or company. Under the direction of the National Guard, the Washington Youth Challenge Academy continues this tradition today. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd platoons stand before you as a testament of their commitment, dedication, and desire to graduate from the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. In recognition of their performance on this day, 31 July 2023, by the authority of Amy Steinhilbert, Director of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd platoons are hereby authorized a Guidon and Guidon bearer. Each platoon will carry a Guidon with their respective colors displayed proudly. 1st platoon, maroon, 2nd platoon, green, and 3rd platoon, gold. Master Sergeants, post! Guidon bearers, present arms. Uncase the Guidons. Guidon bearers, order, arms. Ladies and gentlemen, you can be seated. Based upon military lineage, units typically adopt a nickname that is representative of the morale and camaraderie of the team. Each platoon has now earned the right to be called by their platoon name. Let it be known from this day forward, 1st platoon shall be called Wolfpack, 2nd platoon shall be called Spartans, and 3rd platoon shall be called Eagles. General Order 19, War Department, February 1862, prescribed that there should be inscribed upon the colors or guidons of all regiments and batteries the names of the battles in which they had borne a meritorious part. In 1890, the use of inscribed battle honors upon the national and regimental colors was discontinued and replaced using engraved silver rings. This practice continued until 1918. Silver was in short supply, and the War Department authorized the commanding general of the American Expeditionary Forces, General John J. Pershing, to procure ribbon as a substitute and inscribe upon the ribbon strips the name of special battles and major operations. These ribbon strips became the forerunners of our present-day campaign streamers. The Washington Youth Challenge Academy continues this tradition today by awarding streamers representing the 8 core components: commitment, drill and ceremonies, esprit de corps, integrity, military bearing, respect, retention, and post-residential placement. Today we will be awarding a streamer for the drill and ceremonies competition held last week. Attention to orders. Order number 023-2-002, 31 July 2023. The drill and ceremony streamer is awarded to the platoon that demonstrated the highest level of proficiency during the drill and ceremony competition held last week. The drill and ceremony streamer is awarded to 2nd Platoon Spartans by order of the Commandant. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Let's give them one. Upon successfully completing the acclimation phase, each platoon has become part of the WYCA family. As such, they are entrusted with 3 streamers representing the WYCA core values: commitment, integrity, respect, and professionalism. Support each other's commitment by completing the program. Show integrity by being truthful and honorable. Demonstrate respect by treating each other with kindness and understanding. Attention to orders. Order number 023-2-003, 31 July 2023. Cadets are empowered and expected to uphold the Washington Youth Challenge Academy core values and code of conduct. It is now the responsibility of cadets from each platoon to keep and protect the trust they have been given. The commitment, integrity, and respect streamers are hereby awarded to 1st, 2nd, and 3rd platoons by order of the Commandant. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Candidates, repeat after me. I am a National Guard Youth Challenge Cadet. I proudly attend the Washington Youth Challenge Academy with honor, courage, and commitment. I believe in and support the program's 8 core components. I will obey all staff and cadet leadership appointed over me. I acknowledge the spirit and commitment of the Youth Challenge and all those who have come before me. I am committed to maintaining the highest standard of excellence and the fair and just treatment of all. Let it be known from this day forward, having successfully completed the acclimation phase, you are hereby granted the title of Washington Youth Challenge Academy Cadet with all inherent privileges and responsibilities. Ma'am, it is my privilege to present 153 motivated cadets ready to complete the residential phase.
Outstanding.
Congratulations. Give yourselves what? Platoon leaders, take charge of your platoons and carry on with the schedule of the day. Let's hear those cadences. Thank you very much.